In this day and age, when MSPs can outsource everything from accounts to HR to training, I cannot understand why more MSPs are not jumping on outsourcing part of their help desk or all of it in some cases. We can only put this down to some blockers coming up where MSPs seem incapable of moving past these roadblocks and figuring out what needs to happen to get this service in place. So today I'm here with Ben Merrison and we're going to be talking through all those roadblocks that stop you as an MSP outsourcing and making your life a lot easier on your help desk. Ben.
So when I'm speaking with MSPs and MSP owners out there, the three main reasons that's obstructing them from going live and onboarding with a provider like us, I would say are the cost, number one. People aren't sure where they're going to get that cost back and where they're going to make that money back. And so the second thing is they're waiting for their contract to sign. And that's kind of linked in with the cost. And maybe they haven't quite got the funds to go live with an outsourced provider because they're waiting for that contract to sign. And I would say the third point is because they haven't got their own processes in place. They aren't confident that they are able to onboard with a provider like ours.
Well, let's start on acknowledging all of those three. Let's start at the end, number three. So you're absolutely right. A lot of providers don't have their SOPs in place, they don't have their task templates. Half of them don't know what their clients have in place. And so I guess they're worried about passing on that responsibility to an outsourced provider, and it might be even more work, even harder. What do we do to tackle that at White Label?
I think certainly with white label, you get out what you put in. So we are very focused on a thorough onboarding process. This entire process will take at least a few weeks to get familiar with their systems, their tools, their SOPs. And if they're not already in place, we will help nurture and we will help build those out because it's important for us to have them. We can effectively support their customers. Without those, as you said, it's a bit of a mess.
And I could see how that could be super scary if they're trying to win contracts. They haven't got that in place. And so they've made everything a lot harder for themselves because they want a contract they've got to deliver. And now they've got to focus on tidying up their SOPs so they can outsource.
Yeah, the thing to remember is that we've worked with so many MSPs at this point is that we've seen it all. Um, and that is a blessing and a curse,
Mm.
unfortunately. We know exactly where you can be with the right tools and the right processes. And we are happy to help provide that and guide them along that journey.
And we have our tuning center and stamp out support frameworks that we obviously encourage everyone to go through, and we help them through that process.
Yeah, absolutely.
So your second point, going in reverse order, was the MSP that's waiting to win that contract. That must be a reason you hear all of the time. They're pitching, they're trying to get a new customer through the door. That customer needs a little bit more support out of hours or in hours, and it doesn't come. Or they're waiting for it for a long, long time. What what advice have you got around that particular point?
What I tend to say is, um, would you rather be in a position to go straight away when they do sign? Or when they do sign, if they do sign, are you going to be in a position of panic then trying to onboard with us?
Hmm.
Um, Try and get people on board with us first, so they are ready to go when that customer does go live.
And your first point around cost, um, we like to think, although we offer a premium service, it's at a very affordable price in comparison with hiring your own staff, certainly 24 hours a day. So, bringing all those 3 points together, what are we hoping to achieve with this prime to partner offer?
What we're trying to do for these MSPs is eliminate the risk altogether of onboarding with us. With our new Prime to Partner program, there is no risk involved with onboarding. You are there set up ready to go for when that customer does sign. And if they don't sign, that's okay. We're still there waiting in the wings for when they do.
And there's absolutely no cost associated with this.
There's no upfront cost to onboard. The only charges are once you're live, once you've signed and you've got that contract ready to go and you are using the service. The onboarding is completely free of charge.
So we're looking to pay it forward to work with the right MSPs that want to grow, that are too frightened to sign up now because they don't want to open themselves up to a load of work, but yet those MSPs that are going to grow are always going to grow. We know this. We can spot the ones that will move forward a mile off. So, Ben, final question. What sort of MSP is eligible for this service? Because needless to say, we can't offer it to everybody. We can't offer it to one man bands, maybe under very special circumstances. But what does the ideal MSP look like that we are happy to commit and pay it forward for?
That's a really good question. What we're looking for in an MSP is someone that's willing to put in the effort, willing to align with our best practices, and somebody that is willing to grow with us, that is willing to take us on for the journey. Because when they grow, we grow as well. So, use what is the catch?
Honestly, no catch. Apart from some MSPs won't be eligible, and we'll only know that after we speak to them. We've been in this game for long enough. We put enough effort into our tuning center and stamp out support modules that we know the MSPs and the indicators and the metrics that are in the right place, telling us that that MSP is going to grow with us. And so, and so there is no catch per se. But if you're a one-man band with 5 customers and they're, small shops, you won't be eligible for this particular service. However, if you're a 5-man band, 10-man band MSP, you've got a handful of customers, you've grown consistently over the last 3 years, and you're now trying to put your foot uh, and you're now trying to dip your toe into the water of slightly out of hours, 24/7 global support, you are the MSP we want to hear from.
I think importantly, we're looking for MSPs that are willing to put in the same commitment that we are.
Yes.
We are looking for their time and commitment during this onboarding and for them to align themselves with our processes.
Ultimately, the goal of the exercise is for us to align our help desk processes with yours as closely as we can so that when that opportunity comes in, you're ready to strike because the iron's in the fire. And that's the type of MSP we want in our stable. So we're looking for those MSPs that want to take the leap, on board now, have the switch ready to go for when those customers start knocking and get going.